Hello, I'm Chloe and for today I'm going to be reviewing DEADMAN WONDERLAND series.
I will be your dead man, with nothing but this blood on my hands, stuck in your wonderland. I wanna make you play just like me.
Well, I'm saying series because I will be talking about anime and also about manga. So, let us start!
必殺ウルトラカオスエンドルフィンスクリュー波動拳風アルファ波バージョンキック
So anime is starting with the main protagonist Igarashi Ganta at school watching an advertisement for amusement park / prison called DEADMAN WONDERLAnd. But suddenly as Ganta is talking to his friends right before their homeroom starts, appears there a mystery man in a torn red cloth. Ganta starts to hear some kind of melody, and a few seconds after that, this red man, as Ganta is calling him later on, he destroys everything that Ganta knows. He basically kills all his classmates and infects Ganta with putting some kind of red crystal in his chest. Long story short, due to all this mess and the fact that there is no evidence whatsoever of appearance of the red man, Ganta is found being guilty of the crime and is being put into the prison, of course, none else than the DEADMAN WONDERLAnd. Of course, at first, everything is like some sort of sick twisted joke to him. He cannot believe it and cannot get used to it. After some encounters with prison guard chief Makina and his co-prisoners Mido Azami and Takami Yo, he meets a strange albino girl named Shiro, who is claiming that they are indeed childhood friends. They go through a lot of troubles together, but after promoted Tamaki, that is the current chief of DEADMAN WONDERLAnd prison, finds out that thanks to the crystal in Ganta's chest, he has some kind of ability in which he can control his blood, and this is called the Branch of Sin. Tamaki decides to move him to a secret wing of DEADMAN WONDERLAnd, but right before that, Ganta swears to revenge all his friends and kill the red man, and we know by now that he is actually being called the Wretched Egg. From here, Ganta is fighting in this secret facility with other deadmans who have their nicknames as birds. He is fighting with Senji Kiyomasa, known as Crow, and Takame Minatsuki, aka Hummingbird. Ganta wins against both of them, but what he didn't know is that when you lose, there's a penalty to it. In a little TV show game, they choose which part of their body would be sacrificed. According to this, Senji lost his eye, and thanks to little involvement of somebody, Minatsuki just lost her hair. This little involvement came from Kengami Nanagi Akao, who is recruiting Ganda, now known as Woodpecker, to escape from the prison, which they also managed to pull off, but along they fail thanks to betrayal of Rokuro, and cause of that they have to fight the Undertakers, Azuma Genkaku and Daita Hibana. Shortly before the fight, Genkaku captures Nagi and brainwashes him, in which he loses himself and dies in the fight, but also does Genkaku and Hibana. A small group of people manage to escape with Koshio Karaku now as their leader, but Ganta and Shiro are left in DEADMAN WONDERLAnd. And here is the end of the anime. I of course left out few details, but if you're interested in it and you are also interested in gory action seinen anime, you should definitely check it out. And on top of it, there is a really good opening and ending song with a beautiful animation, so thumbs up for that.
エースマン参上
So where anime left off, manga is continuing. Well, thanks to Yatogami, that anime is actually going according to the manga storyline. There are just very few moments that are not in anime, but they are actually in manga. But it doesn't left off that kind of feeling like it's something missing. More is just like you feel pumped to read the manga actually. There are also way much more characters, they got more screen time, and also you get to understand them more. One of my favorites are Sukegawa Masaru, who calls himself Choplin, who is a deadman drag queen, Shishito Madoka, who is a fabricated deadman and gets to fight with Ganta, Sakigami Toto, who is a mysterious deadman of power that can copy any abilities of other deadmen, Hagire Rinichiro, who is the main antagonist and also the real director of the prison DEADMAN WONDERLAnd, And at last, Igarashi Soraya, who is the mother of Ganta and also a medical researcher who did some studies on Shiro. Well, and that's all. Since I don't wanna spoil anymore, I'm going to stop right here. Just let me tell that manga is really good and it's worth it. And especially if you are a fan of a gory seinen thriller stories with psychological aspects. Well, I'm going to be totally honest here. I enjoy this type of manga and anime, so I really liked it. But since the first time I was kinda in a hurry when I read it, I had to reread it again, and thanks to that I let all the feelings kinda sink in more. Even though the manga itself ends surprisingly well, I had kinda mixed feelings from it. Probably it's due to all the things that had come up to the surface in the last 2 volumes. And thanks to that, I have to admit I was a little disappointed from it, cause I was expecting a way much more dramatical scenes. But still, I highly recommend watching and reading this series. After all, in manga it's just 57 chapters, so it doesn't even take that much time. And that's all for this time. I hope you enjoy it, and goodbye next time, senpais and kohais.
致命傷になるまで